We're just going to bring in Troy Westwood, now CFL great. And I should mention for our new viewers, I'm going to get to these guys' bios. I just assume you know everybody. Westy, how are you, my friend? How are things in Winnipeg?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Good. I'm going to ask you your thoughts on the Raptors boycotting Game 1 for Black Lives Matter. Where would you vote on whether they should do that or whether they shouldn't?
I would vote in the full support mode, man. I said this morning, man, that right now, this is all about how do those guys maximize the input and the impact right now of helping to create the change that they and most of us with good and decent hearts are in search of right now. And to me, right now, every day, you got a couple of Raptors today. You had Doc Rivers behind the microphone that brought tears to the eyes of most, and he himself as a man was breaking down and delivering what he was talking about. They are making change right now, man. And I know it's not instantaneous, it's not happening overnight, but it can't be denied that what they're doing right now. I know this most recent hideous, disgusting incident in Wisconsin has everybody shook right now. But I think it was Powell with the Raptors saying that he was frustrated to change right now, and it's not going to be like the room and flicking your light switch is concerned, but those guys are creating so much change. You look at the way that they've affected the NFL, for Pete's sake, right? They're like the Lions now are allowing their team to, or there's no big controversy in them stopping practice to go and participate in some of the activities and events going on, and you have BLM is relevant and a part of MLB, right? They're in the NHL. The sport of basketball, the guys in the NBA are creating great change. They make the largest impact with that. And to boycott games, maybe that's a way, right? Economically, it would cause a lot of trouble. But right now, the more often the microphones are in front of the faces of those fellas every single day after practice and games, the things that they're saying, and they are creating change. So I don't have an answer. Whatever they feel will create the most change on, I'm all in support of. And I guess the bottom line is whether it's the guys in the NBA or anyone else right now in that way, as far as being a Canadian goes, whatever can be done. Like on Twitter, pretty active with it, man. So change needs to happen. It's pretty freaking obvious about that, right? So whatever can be done to help fellas in the vision of creating change, I'm all for whatever that might take.
Good. I hope that it is making a difference. The shooting with Jacob Blake might prove otherwise, but small steps is better than no steps.
You know what, Ron? Being there, the biggest thing, man, and I know LeBron James has got a group involved with this right now, but at this point in time, I know this isn't a political show, brother, but what's about to happen in 60 some odd days down south with the election, that's where the change can start to take place. God forbid if the same guy is the president of the United States for the next 4 years, if people want to change and get things in a different, that's the starting point. So I know that LeBron James has come out and they, with the helping out with the elections and that sort of thing, that's the biggest thing, that vote, whatever, and the youthful audience of the NBA, right? Getting the youth out voting and stuff like that, that should be a big part of their mandate to try and incite the change that they're looking for. Because that's if that doesn't happen, then there's a lot of trouble.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.